Greetings, I'm Mr. Slager. You already know that by now, but greetings everybody, I'm Mr. Slager. Welcome to the best math class you are ever going to have. I'm Mr. Slager. I'm going to take you through Greetings. Math class take 6. Hi everybody, I'm Mr. Slager. I'm your 8th grade math teacher. Welcome to the first day. We just did our post-it note activity, so we were putting things up around the room to learn a little bit about you. Thanks for doing that. Now I'm going to take you through 4 different things, and that'll finish up our day. The first thing we're going to talk about is, why am I talking on this video to you? We'll come back to that. Second thing, class rules and expectations. I don't like a lot of rules, but we've got 5 of them, and I'll show them to you in a minute. What's with all the whiteboards? If you've never been in my room before, the amount of whiteboards that you're seeing around might be a little bit different to you, and I'll explain what those are. And then the last thing is, we'll conclude with our name tag activity. Alright, so, first things first. Why the video? We're going to be doing lessons every day, and I think having an archive or a way to go back and look at those lessons, or maybe even watch a lesson ahead of time, if you're one of those kind of kids that likes to come to class prepared, you might be able to go and look at the video the day before class starts, just so you're ready to go and feel prepared for class. Or maybe there was something tricky in the math that we were doing, and you're home working on your homework, and you're thinking, man, if I could just watch the lesson again, I think I'd be able to get it. Well, you'll be able to do that because it's on video. The other thing is, I'd say the same thing 4 or 5 times a day. If I shoot the video, I only have to say it once, which is awesome for me. Alright, second thing, class rules and expectations. Told you I had 5 of them. They're pretty simple. They're the 5 P's to success in Mr. Slager's math class. The first one is be present. If you're not here, you can't learn. So the best advice I can give you is be here, be present. Second thing, be prepared. If you're supposed to bring stuff to class, bring stuff to class. There's going to be days where you're going to need just random supplies from home, and if you don't have them, you can't do what we're supposed to do. So, rule number 2, be prepared. Rule number 3, be polite. You've noticed from the whiteboards that you're going to be up and walking around the room, and I'd like to have a safe environment where people can be free to walk around the room. So being polite, not pushing, shoving, and all that kind of stuff. And if people are talking, we like to listen. All those things that you've been learning your whole life about being polite, we're going to make sure we do all those in our class. Fourth, be patient with one another. I think one of the things about math class that always used to frustrate me was when I would start working on a problem, because I didn't always work as fast as everybody else. And I would start working on the problem, and I'd be just about finished, and then Mary Pat Eufus, Mary Pat, if you're watching this, you were a bully. But Mary Pat Eufus would finish first, and then she'd yell out the answer, I got 9, and we'd all look at it and be like, oh. And I'd be just about to finish, and I'd think, I got 9, but I don't get to be cool, because Mary Pat yelled it out. So we're going to be patient with one another while we work on problems. And the last one is productive. I love to work on math, and I love to see you guys working on math. So being productive and getting the things done that you're supposed to. That's it. There's only 5 of them. Be present, prepared, polite, patient, and productive. The 5 P's to success for Mr. Slager's math class. Alright. The next thing was, what's with all the boards? Oh yeah, you don't need to move that. So, if you haven't figured it out yet, we're not going to spend a lot of time at your desks writing things down on your desk. Instead, you're going to be up at your boards. You'll have a board assigned to you, and instead of working things out at your desk, you'll work them out on the boards. Why do that? Well, you'll see as the year goes on, it's my favorite way of having you guys work, because right away I get to see, one, who's getting it right, two, who's struggling, three, if there's a big class-wide misconception about some sort of topic or something, we can fix it right away. So I love being up at the boards, and there's different rules and expectations for when you're at the boards, and we'll talk about those the first time we all head to the boards. Alright, so let's get on to our name tag activity. Alright, the name tag activity. You're going to get a piece of paper. Yours might be white, it might be this color, but you're going to get a piece of paper. You're going to fold it in half, hamburger style. There's a little picture of it, hamburger style, or widthwise. So, I'm going to fold my piece of paper. I'm going to make sure I crease it really good. Okay, there's the first fold. Then I'm going to fold it in half again, the same direction. So I folded it this way, and then I'll fold it one more time that same direction. Quick little quiz for you. Just folded my paper twice. How many rectangles did I create? Ooh, that's a really good question. Probably way too hard for this day, but for right now we can say that I have 4 rectangles on each side for a total of 8. Now I know that some of you super smart math nerds are saying, but Mr. Sliger, there's a rectangle there, and there's a rectangle there, and gosh, there's another rectangle there, so there's way more than just 8 rectangles. We'll get to that later. For now, we've got our name tag. Now, we're going to write our names big, and you have to write them big enough that I can read them, because I can't see very well. And where do you write it? Well, good question. You're going to write it in the top rectangle up here. So let me take a second and do that. Now you want to write it big enough that I can read it, but you also want to leave enough space that you can do the next section, which you're going to draw 3 things that help us learn about you. So we need 3. And then you're going to draw them. Now, you won't be graded on artistic ability, because I'm not a very good artist. Thank goodness we're not getting graded on that. So you're going to draw 3 pictures that help us get to know you better. So let me think. I'm going to draw, well, why don't you go ahead and draw yours while I draw mine.